Hi, I'm Sam Libby. I'm an architectural designer at the Albany office of MCWB Architects.
My name is Seth. I'm a digital documentation specialist at the Albany office of MCWB Architects. We're working on an exhibition of Frank Lloyd Wright-designed buildings at Florida Southern College.
We are using 3D printing technology to create the models, the physical models for the exhibition, and that technology has been absolutely crucial.
We're taking our 3D models and we are simplifying them so that they can be 3D printed. So we're simplifying these models to cut detail from the original designs so that it can be printed quicker and more efficiently.
We have developed a 3D model of the entire campus, and every single building on that site is going to be 3D printed.
I'm working on 3D printing student housing and faculty housing. There's about 20 different faculty houses and I believe 6 different student dormitories that we're 3D printing.
Some of the buildings, which were actually built, were printing in a pure white filament to symbolize that they were actually built. And then all of the buildings that were unrealized are going to be printed in an off-white sort of eggshell color.
The time it takes to 3D print a building varies based on the building and the size of the building. One of the faculty houses would probably take about a day to print. The student dorms are much larger, so a print like that might take up to 2 days for one dorm.
The fact that we're working on this up here in upstate New York and we're coordinating with people all the way down in Florida, it's a lot of back and forth, and it's really engaging and definitely a challenge.
Myself and Sam are working with Jeff Baker, our principal down in Florida, and also Tom Sherritt, who is going to be CNCing the bases for these models. So we're coordinating with him to make the models fit to the base. We'll wind up shipping those models down to Florida Southern College where they'll be installed into the campus base model.
Some of the buildings that we're printing, there are multiple variations of those. For example, the music building, we are planning to print 3 different versions of that. So one of those will go on to the full model, but the other 2, which were designed at different years by Frank Lloyd Wright at much different scales, different programs, different use cases, those will also be printed just to show and try to get across the scope of work that Frank Lloyd Wright did for Florida Southern, and just how much work and how much design that he did that never was realized. There's an incredible amount of work here, and that's, I think, one of the main points that we're trying to show in this exhibition.